Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming back again to the channel. Today's topic will be on single parenting. Before we dive into that, let me introduce to you today's two great men of God who will be helping me with this topic. They are both single parents. One of them is Pastor Darren Williamson and the other is Mario Butler. Before that, let's look at the questions that we'll be talking about today. As a single parent, I know that is this job is one of the hardest job, but also a job that is full of blessing, joy, and just little things that just make you very grateful for life. Full custody of my children, and Pastor Darren also, I believe, has full custody of his children. And Mario, on the other hand, I think get partial custody of his child, his daughter. So we all may have different insights on how this affects our lives and advices that we can give. But coming from three different people, I'm sure that God will use one of us to just speak to you according to your own situation. First question, describe life as a single parent. As for me, it is hard, but it's nice. Why did I say it's hard is because I have my children all the time. All the time. It can be really good and it can be quite exhausting sometimes because I'm the only person that they run to for everything. Whether I'm sick, whether I'm happy, whether I'm not happy, whether I didn't get enough sleep. I'm the father, I'm the mother. So my perspective of single parenting can be quite challenging than maybe someone else. Same thing as Pastor Darren. He has his children all the time. He got to go to work and come back, take care of them and himself. So is as he can also say that. But Mario, on the other hand, will say that single parenting is very challenging to him because he doesn't get to see his daughter all the time. As describe life as a servant of God and also as a single parent at the same time. And when Pastor Darren was saying that it is not easy because first of all, he's a divorced father. He has two children and he's a pastor. And it is hard for a lot of people to just wrap around their mind. So it can be a little bit affecting into his life. But for Mario on the other hand is that it doesn't affect him much because he has the time to serve. As for me, it does affect me a little bit because I'm a single parent. I show up in church. Maybe I'm trying to preach to somebody, or the other case will be that I am a mentor of young girls and I'm trying to tell them, how to wait until you get married and things like that. But I have two kids. So it can kind of look like, yeah, kind of cliche type of thing. But we are called to do the work, right? It can be quite challenging if your own story of life or where you come from is just different from what you're preaching. People just don't look at the moment. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't look at the moment of where you are. They will probably want to judge you with the little past before they kind of listen to you. Third question, why stay for your children? As Pastor Darren is saying, having children and not being there for them would be the worst thing that you could do to your children. We have so many single parent homes, single mothers, broken homes, kids, sons and daughters trying to hear that manly voice or motherly voice, fatherly voice, and they don't get to see that. It is something that just continues, the cycle continues. So if you have children, no matter what the situation, you might want to stay there. Just stay there for your children. They are your responsibility also. Don't try to just shove it in one person. Like most people will say, oh, the children will grow up and come see me anyway. They'll come look for me. I'm their father, I'm their mother, or things like that. But they will try to come and look for you. But that forgiveness, that love that you should get since you're little is not something that you can build with someone when they become an adult or teenager. It starts from the ground before it reaches over here. And Pastor Mario, what he has on this question of why stay there, he says that any father that is a deadbeat dad just belong to hell. And I say, amen. If you have children, stay there for them. If not, you do belong in hell. If you, whether your mother or your father, what will make you just run away from your children? I know sometimes some people will try to go work on themselves. They understand that they're a mess, and if they don't leave, they will destroy the child's life or something and give the child to adoption or things like that. But if that's not the case, the other parent is taking care of the child. If you can just show up, be there emotionally. If you can't afford to be there financially, it's okay. Be there emotionally, just to support the parent and your children or your child. If not, you have a special place in hell. That's it. What keeps Mario going? He says that it takes any punk to have children, but it takes a real man to be a father. Being a single father or being a father was not going. It's supposed to be a just easy job, but at the same time, he doesn't want his daughter to look at him as someone that is just heartless and not care about her. He's also said that God is his father and doesn't treat him as an orphan, so he can treat his child as an orphan. I think that's a good point. As for Pastor Darren, the effect that single parenting has in his life is that he says that he pours into his children all day, but at the end of the day, he has no one to pour into him. Fifth question: what keeps all of us going is the children, the child, the love that you have for that child. Just having that one person that shares your DNA, that person that shares a little bit of you, it keeps you going. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you just want to be better and progress in life. Our children keeps us going. Advice from Mario to all the single parents out there: get rid of any jealousy, anger, or pain that you have towards the other parent, and just know that your child's life is as at stake. Because if you use the child against the other parent, or if you just use every little situation to just argue, the child will hate you for it, because they are watching you. They are watching how you treat their mother or their father. They're watching everything you're doing. So if you get mad at everything, if you just can't get rid of forgiveness, the anger that you put towards the other parent will make the child hate you. And also, he also advised that you should apologize. You should be the first to apologize, whether you are the man or the woman, which I'm working on, to always apologize. I think that's a hard point. You gotta apologize, even if you're not. You feel like you're not the one that did anything, or you feel like you're the one that deserved the apology. You should always be the first to apologize. You should always be the big person in this case. In situation of Disney dad. Disney dad or Disney parent is someone that disappears and then shows up when they want to buy the kids maybe an iPhone, because you told the kids that they can't have iPhone until maybe they're 18 or 16. He or she shows up, buy them the iPhone or the Apple computer, and leaves you with the AT&T bill to pay every month. If you don't pay, then your kid gets mad at you and then saying all this word, you're the reason why mom left, you're the reason why dad left, and things like that. So if you are dealing with this type of a parent, then it's okay to say, no, I don't want the help, unless you want to be consistent with the child's life. Either you show up or you just leave me to raise the child by myself. But if the person is willing, trying to do everything as much as they can, trying to show up and just help you with the child, leave them. Let them in. Let them in to raise the child. Raising the children by yourself is not easy. Sometimes you need someone to babysit, someone that you can trust. Who can you trust other than their own father or mother, to leave the child to them, so you can just have that one night with your boys or your girlfriends, just to go out and clear your mind. But if that's not the case for you, then you should take this to prayer. As Pastor Darren suggests, you should take this to prayer and let God direct you on what to do concerning the other parent. I hope this video helps you to get a different perspective on single parenting, how to go about raising the children by yourself without too much anger and too much regret, and letting others in to help you if they are willing to. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other topic that you would like me to discuss, if you have any suggestion or have comments on this specific video, then you can put it right down below and I'll be checking that later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.